I was thinking about that guy up in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. Now, I've never been up in that area. There's a guy, if you've been living under a rock for the past 6-8 hours, this guy made his way into the forest and deliberately set a fire. Now, when the firemen went up there to put it out, he started shooting at him. He killed 2 and wounded 1 or 2 more. They eventually, pinged a cell phone, figured out, find out where he's at, and they found him dead. With a rifle beside him. They don't know if he took himself out or if one of their rounds took him out, but he's gone. I just wonder what motivates somebody to do something like that. Did he have a grudge against the fire department? Was he mentally ill? Was he on drugs? I don't know. Did he have a brain tumor? I'm going to get to that in a second here. Now, there was a guy here in Phoenix a number of years ago that had set fire to his house, and he was on the TV news. When the fire department showed up there, he started shooting at him. Which I don't know what was wrong with this guy. They didn't have a choice but to let the guy die in the fire. Maybe he was suicidal. I don't know. There was a guy out in Texas, mid-60s somewhere. I think a guy named Chapman, but I may be wrong. Is it Mark David Chapman? That name sounds right, but there was a Mark David Chapman, but he may have done something different. Of course, there was a D.B. Cooper, too. I'll get to D.B. Cooper. I've actually covered D.B. Cooper a couple times, who I think he was. In fact, I'll include that here, but down in Texas, there was a guy grabbed a rifle and climbed up on a tower and just started shooting at people. He killed a bunch of people, wounded a bunch of people, until 2 officers got up there and took him out. Now, they found that he had a brain tumor, and they don't know if the brain tumor motivated him to do it. This guy apparently had a pretty horrible childhood. They don't know if his childhood was responsible for it. They still don't know to this day exactly why this guy started shooting and killing people. You just don't know what this guy up in Idaho might have been on drugs or something, or maybe just back crap crazy. Never know. Oh, on D.B. Cooper. Now, if you haven't heard his story, I was a kid when this happened. It was in the early 70s. I don't really remember from then. I just remember the stories I've heard since that. He had hijacked a plane, was from Pacific Northwest to, was some of the Pacific Northwest, but he said he had a bomb. And, so I think he had a couple of road flares, in a package, and he showed the flight attendant, and she went up and told the captain, and he got like $200,000 in cash. He requested 3 parachutes. One of them was practice shooting. He left that one behind, so he obviously knew how to use a parachute. He knew what they were. But anyway, he disappeared. They found maybe $5,000 that he washed up, and they haven't found any of the money, so they don't think he spent it. They still this day. Now, there was a guy named McCoy that tried the same thing about 6 months later, but this guy McCoy, Robert McCoy, something like that. You can look him up. This guy looks like, the image that what the flight attendant made, for the wanted poster. Actually, I think that this McCoy guy, it was D.B. Cooper, but McCoy died in a gun battle with the FBI back late 70s, somewhere in there. You can look all that stuff. It's all out there. I think this McCoy guy was, in fact, the FBI had asked this McCoy guy after they had arrested him if he was D.B. Cooper. It was actually Dan Cooper, and he wouldn't tell him. He wouldn't say one way or the other. Anyway, but is the world gone crazy? Hey, I still love this crazy world. Love all of you. Bye-bye.